Starting live, and we're live.
Hi.
Hi everybody. Who's gonna
Pop on first.
Who's it gonna be?
I think it's gonna be Kayla.
All right. Who is it? Who is it? Who's on first? Kayla or Mom? There's 4 on now, so they're probably both at the same time.
Yeah.
6. Kayla. Kayla, what's up? All right. Hi everybody. What's happening? Indiana. Where's everybody at? Where's everybody at?
Yep.
Sound okay? New iPad, and it's different.
The lighting.
The lighting is.
You can't get the lighting quite
It's
right.
weird. Not that we have great. This is not a sound stage. Looking good. All right. David Detman, what's up, man? Houston, Rosario, Greg, New York.
I do have to say, I was looking at that video that we posted, our little blurb video, and I had just finished swimming, and my eyes looked like raccoon or like puffy, so I do apologize.
Terrible.
It was really bad.
It was
I know,
terrible.
I agree. It was terrible. I'm hoping I look a little bit more presentable today.
All right. Mississauga, been there.
Oh, wow.
Where else do we got here? Wisconsin. All right, everybody. So this is the last live of the year.
It's been quite a year, this 2020.
2020 is over. Just about. Kirk, what's up, man? All right, now we got 32, Maryland.
Although we've really expanded our Facebook Lives this year, and that's really been something special for Ben and I would say. It's been really neat.
It really has been fun.
Yeah.
And we appreciate, everyone coming on and like if the couple times where we rescheduled or did something, people messaging, hey, what happened? Where's everybody?
Yeah.
We appreciate that. We appreciate, the whole thing because
Yeah.
it's been really fun.
It has been fun, and we're really hoping to even expand next year and get to do some fun things as things start getting a little better.
Right. So this live is kind of, we can do whatever we want. We've got the basic in the in the email blast that went out. You've got the basic topics. We've got questions too that were emailed in.
And we always try to answer questions that come on.
Newest family member, Julie Baki.
Yay!
My brother. Hey, what's up, dude? Everybody popping on, 46. So it's just going to be sort of a kind of a cap of the year and what we talked about all year. And I'm sure there'll be comments about maintenance, installation,
installs.
and my beard. So
yeah.
that's new. It's 3 weeks. I literally
you
took
had
off.
it like slightly in Daytona.
That's when I stopped
that was
shaving.
first scrub, yeah.
Yeah, that was when I stopped shaving. So I like to grow it twice a year. This is the second time. All right. So best of 2020. Oh, you know what? Before we start,
Oh yes.
we have been requested from Susan, who is lovely, to ask for Instagram followers.
Please
So,
go
please
to our
go.
Instagram page
Right. And
at Master Spas.
Yep. And get 20 of your friends to do it. My brother, that's a day of growth for me. You are super hairy. He's hairy. It's unreal.
And please like
Yes.
our at Master Spas Instagram page.
Yep.
Please.
So we have a actually it's a pretty huge following on
Yeah.
Facebook, and Instagram is not quite up to snuff with it. It's actually nowhere near it.
The following.
The following
Yeah.
is nowhere near it. So we need to grow that a little bit.
And
we
quite
appreciate it.
honestly, our social media pages are really phenomenal.
Yep.
They're really great resources on there. There's awesome pictures and
Yep.
really neat install pictures. I
mean,
often refer people to go look at them
Right.
to see
Kayla,
photos.
Kim, Susan.
Yeah,
I
and
mean,
the
they're
marketing
all-
team
the
behind
marketing
it
team
is really
fantastic.
Lisa. Like they do a really awesome job. So
All right.
so go on over there.
Yep. Check it out, and we appreciate it. All right. So you want to start? You want to
Sure.
start? There you go. Why?
So yeah, you go ahead.
Okay. So she doesn't. She's going to keep her hands. It's actually very warm in here.
It is nice.
Oh, so actually, we're in Connecticut, and it's about to start snowing. So we're hunkered down. We've got our cars inside. Everything is inside, and we're about to get hammered. So we're kind of hunkered down here. That's why you see the cars in the background.
And we are in our H2x Challenger 15 here,
yeah.
and we have it up to like 94 degrees.
94, and it's awesome.
Yeah.
It's actually warm, and then we're inside, so it's even warmer.
Yeah.
Okay, so the first topic is why people choose swim spa over a pool.
Well, you know, one of the major reasons is that, and the claim to fame of the swim spa is that you can use it all year round, and it's much easier to take care of than a pool. It's a lot less maintenance, and for me personally, as you all have come to realize, I hate cold water. So I set the temperature that I like to swim in, and I don't have to go to the pool and be freezing and super over chlorinated, and my bathing suit lasts a lot longer, and you know, my hair color lasts a lot longer, and you know, just all of those things that make swimming in your yard a lot more convenient than having to go to the gym or the YMCA. And it's super easy to take care of. It's the temperature that I like, it's the speed that I like to swim against, and I can really, you know, adjust how I want my workouts to be. This year especially, having the swim spa was clutch because you know, all these pools were closed, and you know, that we had a lot of new customers reach out to us because their kids couldn't train in the community pool or the school pool, and their gym was closed, so they couldn't get to the pool there. So a swim spa really came in handy this year during that time, and we're already getting, you know, that vibe again as things are kind of closing again. Hopefully will not be as long as last year, but we're seeing that that's happening again. And so the swim spa really does take care of that, but it's you know, family fun in your backyard. It's easy to take care of. With a master spa, swim spa, it's super efficient, so you can use it all year round. It's at your temperature, and it just, they really are awesome, and they're, you know, I just think that it's better than a pool that you can only use, you know, where we live, you know, 2 to 3 months out of the year. So
Michael Hans, I was in my Challenger 15 on Sunday right here in Winnipeg. Oh yeah.
Awesome.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. So, you know, and with me, I don't want to be cold anymore. I'm not interested in it. My days of discomfort are closing, and I don't have to, and no one's going to make me. So I like the water to be however I like it to be. That's the best part. So the next topic, and we've actually got some specific information that we're going to get into, is how would I prepare for install? Okay.
And just in case you're just coming on, we're kind of just recapping like the best of 2020, some of the best topics that we talked about throughout this year. So we're kind of just doing a recap, but you can always go back to previous Facebook Lives or even YouTube, our YouTube Master Spuds channel. You can go see those videos as well, where you get a much more.
God, ramble. Gosh, interrupted me, and then she rambles like that. They know where they can find them.
Well, I'm just saying, like the bigger, longer, more.
All right, who wants to hear something interesting?
Go ahead.
Like in our daily occurrence. All right. So, all right, how would I prepare for the install? And then I made a little note on there, winter concerns. So we've actually got a specific occurrence that took place last night and today. So we have a customer, a wonderful customer, Sarah. I won't do last names.
No.
She's really awesome, and she has a Challenger 19.
Super excited to get in it.
Super excited to get in it. You know, and those of you who know the dual temps, they're huge. They've never had a pool. They've never had a hot tub, so they were nervous. You're a bit blurry.
That we can't really control.
Yeah, I don't think it's us. Anyway, so they were. That totally threw me off the blurry part. It's a camera, and I cleaned the screen. There's nothing else you could do. Might be on your end. So they have a dual temp Challenger 19 delivered yesterday or the day before.
Yeah.
Very recently.
Very recently.
And So now they live in cold climate, Northeast. So we were 15, 20 degrees last night, and she had concerns about filling it and all of that and letting it freeze, and the electrician wiring it. And as most of you know, we do, for the most part, we recommend having the electrician come after the swim spa is in place. But that doesn't mean fill it as soon as it gets there, and then the electrician takes a week to get there. So I don't recommend filling the swim spa until the electrical is done. Okay, so that's the kind of the whole thing. So the swim spa was installed, then they had it wired, and she was apprehensive or even nervous. Challenger 19 is big. It's big, and it's a bad boy. I mean, it's overwhelming feeling if you've never seen one or handled one before. So that's how she felt, and now she's comfortable now, but she was feeling that way. So we walked her through it, and then she filled it up last night. It was literally like filling just 2,500 gallons almost in a dual temp. So it takes a while to fill, and then it filled, and then it was like 1 o'clock in the morning. So then the electrician had told them to flip the breaker on. They didn't quite realize there was 2 breakers. There's the one on the main panel, then there's the one out by the swim spa itself.
Is that the GFCI?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So it is GFCI protected. So you have to turn both on. Now, dual temp, there are more than 2. There's 4. So they had to turn all of those on both ends. Okay. So they turned the power on, and then they sent. What time was that email? 1:30 in the morning. 1:30, 2 o'clock in the morning. There's no power. So we will. I don't know what time. I was up early. So when Beth went to work, I got up. And Summer.
I don't know what time.
My daughter stirred. My daughter, let me tell you about my morning. This will be entertaining. My daughter stirred like a stainless steel coffee cup with a metal spoon, and it sounded like a ding-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling-a-ling. It was like a chow bell going off. So that woke me up. And then anyway, so I read the email, and they had no power. So I mean, that's 15 degrees, water's full, no power. That's pretty much the worst, scariest scenario when you're new. If the water was warm,
they were already, she was already a little bit nervous.
She was a little nervous anyway.
Weather's coming and things like that.
The weather's on the way. So I emailed back, and I pulled her information out, and then I texted her directly, and she was talking to the electrician. They got the power on. So now it takes time to heat, and that is literally the hardest time to heat. These don't. The heater's not so big that it drains your electrical, so it's going to take a little while to heat that water up because it's more of a trickle. It's coming in there at a slower pace, so it's going to take a while. In the ambient temperature being 20 degrees, it's literally going to be the longest it takes to ever heat that up. The hot tub side will heat up fast, and then it'll help. So
even just for reference, we're inside, and I turned this up from. It was 9:30, so 9:30 this morning I turned it up to 98 just to get it warm, and it got to 94 by 3 o'clock.
Yeah, by 3 o'clock. So it's
10, 11, 12,
it's not a rapid
6
heating.
hours.
So the point of this is that we get a lot of people. 2 things. One, that she was right to be concerned. She didn't have power. The swim spa was full, not with hot water, with cold water. And so she was concerned, but the power was worked out. Electrician did a great job. So now she's heating. Now it's fine. But it takes a while to heat. So we often get. I'm not sure it's heating. Seems like it shouldn't take this long. It's not that rapid. It's a slow drip. Okay, so just keep that in mind on the initial fill. And then when you're outside in the Northeast and you're warming up in that climate, it's going to be a stretch. Okay. Although in the dual temp, the hot tub side warms up pretty fast. I think I forgot to tell her that. So, but I'm sure she's checking every half an hour, like everyone does. Lift the cover up and stick your finger in and see where it's at. So, winter concerns on preparing for the install. So there's lots of different scenarios. We have another one gentleman I spoke with today. He's going on, and the electrical, is going to be run underneath, pavers up to it where it's going to sit, and the same thing. That doesn't really have to be done before the swim spa's there. They can put the swim spa in and then go from there. So you want to have, before it gets really cold, you want to have if you're going to install during the winter, which we can do as long as the weather's not blocking it. Like the snow is actually going to mess his crane. He needs a crane. The crane's not going to go on snowpack. So if the driveway is covered in snow, they're not going to do that. They're not going to try to do that. They'll just call it off and wait till the weather clears. So the concerns are always going to be weather. We will install all winter long. Most dealers who are in the snow belt deal with the snow belt, and they're fine with it as long as the ground is clear and they can actually frozen is actually nice to install on because you're not sinking in that, it's frozen. But you need to prepare that slab ahead of time. Okay, so that you want done. The electrical you don't really need to have done ahead of time, but the ground prep, the surface prep you want to have done beforehand. Okay, so that would be like the biggest concern for preparing for install would be the prep underneath it. Everything else can kind of be handled once the swim spa's there. Okay, so electrical, crane. In your cold climates, the crane is a concern if there's going to be snow. We won't do anything that's unsafe, and obviously. So, and then sometimes these are craned over your house, and you don't want the crane to be sitting on snow while the swim spa is being held over your house. You don't want that. So I've knock on something. Never heard of any accidents like that happening because no one has been insane enough to do it, and we're going to maintain that track record. Okay. All right. Next one. You want to go?
Sure.
Can you really swim in a swim spa?
Yes.
Now, can I comment here?
Sure.
This is Mary's question, but I'm going to interrupt like she did to mine as soon as she started talking.
Please do.
At this point, if you've been watching these and you haven't looked back and seen any of us swim, and you're still asking that, of course you can swim them. That's the whole point. And there are different speeds of all the different models. So if you're a crazy swimmer, we've got something for you. If you're a lazy river swimmer, we've got something for you too. We've got something A to Z. So yes, you can. Okay, go ahead. So you can talk about that, all the different speeds.
Yeah. So
actually, sorry, this was not on purpose. Shut up. The MP changed with the XP Pro.
Yeah, I know.
You can talk about that.
Yeah.
Mary's got some juicy stuff for you.
So we have Master Spas makes several different types of swim spas. Like Ben just said, basically something for everyone. So we have the H2x Challenger Series, which is our most popular line, and that at its top speed, you're going to swim about a 150, a minute and 50 seconds per 100 meter. It's definitely made for more of a leisure pace swimming, longer distance fitness swimming. Then we have the H2x Challenger Series, and now we have a new addition to that. So we have the Challenger, the H2x Challenger like this one that we're in, and at the top speed you're going to be about a 120 per 100 meters. And again, with the Challenger Series, you have variable speed pumps, so you've got some adjustment in the pumps from 0 to 25, so you can really adjust the speed to what feels good for whatever kind of workout you're doing. And then now, which we just announced a couple of weeks ago, we have our H2x Challenger Pro, which has kind of changed where the mechanics are, and it makes it about 57% faster than...
Did you hear what you said? About 57. Exactly
faster than
57.
this one, which is the regular Challenger. The Challenger Pro, at its top speed, will swim about a 110 per 100 meter. And now all of our Michael Phelps will be included with the XP Pro propeller system. So the Michael Phelps is a propeller that creates the current rather than the pumps like the H2x series. And with the Michael Phelps now, we're including them all with the H2x, the XP Pro, which at its top speed, you're going to be able to swim about a 55, 57 per 100 meters. So it's a beast.
Nasty.
It's
straight nasty.
And it's yeah.
So fast.
It's really fast.
So fast.
So we've got something for everyone, and all different levels of fitness, all different levels of swimmer. So whichever one meets your needs, we've got it for you.
Right?
Yep.
Anything else?
Nope, but yes, you can swim in a swim spa.
Yep. And the XP Pro as the only option in the Michael Phelps is notable because it is straight insanely powerful. Also worth mentioning that the MP XP Pro Michael Phelps fastest portable swim spa.
On the market, yeah.
Where?
In the world.
In the world.
In the world.
On Earth, galaxy?
On the planet.
Everywhere. American muscle. So it is a beast.
And that's one thing too about our master spas, swim spas. Even in the jetted swim spas, you don't need to swim with a tether.
No,
the way
no.
that the swim spa is designed, it really creates a sweet spot. So if you've picked the right swim spa for you, you should be able to swim in place without a tether in our master spa swim spas.
Right.
So.
And there are videos if you scroll back on the different types,
Yes.
although that will be missing the Challenger Pro. That one hits a sweet spot. That is really beautiful. Really, really sharp, really great current. Okay, is water care easy? So I know I saw a question pop up about water care, and when we're done, we'll kind of scroll back up through and see if we can catch some questions. Is water care easy? So it is easy. The longer you do it, it's mindless. So I have to say, I mean, it's basically mindless at this point for certainly at home in the hot tub and here, it's easy. So
It's something that you have to do, though.
Yeah.
It's not something that you can just let your water. You do have to take care of.
Right.
The swim spa a little bit.
And I take care of two. So I take care of a hot tub at the house, and although that's going to get switched out.
Yeah.
So we're going to be changing out to a swim spa at home, and then the swim spa here. So I will be taking care of two swim spas. Although you help.
Yeah, I try.
Mary does. I mean, it's 20 minutes a month.
Yeah.
Total. Do you think that's fair?
If
even
that.
If even that. So all you need to do is you need to manage the water. Once the water's managed, it's very, very easy to maintain because every time we get out, the day's done, we're putting a scoop or two of chlorine in there, and that's it. That's all you're doing. And then once a month or so, although if we're being honest,
it's more like once every other month that we rinse the filters.
If we're being 100% honest here, we don't hit that 1 month mark in ours, and it's fine. No children swimming in here, so the water lasts really nicely. If you know what I mean. I think they do.
No,
So, let's see. Can we fill up the hot tub initially with water from our hot water heater? You can, Troy. You can. You don't really need to. I mean, how big is your water heater going to be? 80 gallons? Maybe 50 gallons. So if you put 50 gallons of that hot water in there, and then your hot tub is a 7x7, you've got 300 gallons. It's in the tap water is 50. It's gonna do far less than you think it's going to. Just fill it and turn it on, and that's all. Unless you had a huge, like a gas or a propane fired instant, and you could literally fill all 300 gallons with hot. It's just gonna take a little while. All right, on a hot tub, 50 gallons, depending on your water heater size. I don't think I would even bother. All right, so let's see.
Just going back to that maintenance thing, I think that one of the things that really does work well for us is that, and you say this all the time to the customers, is that we do put a little bit of the granulated chlorine in every time that we use it, right? Or the end of the day that we use it.
Right.
And I really do think that is the key.
It does. It is the key because you're not waiting an entire week. I always refer to it as the blood sugar method. Smaller amounts more frequently is better for your chlorine levels. It's also the same thing for your blood sugar. You don't want big spikes and valleys in your blood sugar, same with your chlorine levels. So, the golden rule, don't let anybody pee in it. And then next you
golden rule.
That was not on purpose. Awesome. The golden rule, don't let anybody pee in it. It's awesome. Thank you. So then from there, you want to use a little bit of chlorine each time you use it when you're done. And you shouldn't, there's no you smell
not at all.
And I hit this today.
Yeah, I know.
I hit this today with a full scoop. We had 3 people in here today, exercise and swim. So, we hit this thing with a full scoop. It's undetectable.
And we literally just keep the chlorine right on the steps
It's
when you get out. So as soon as you get out, you just throw the scoop.
2 seconds.
Scoop in. It's
If your water gets cloudy, let's say you have a party in there, there's a bunch of kids, and God only knows what happened in there. So then you've got you have to start the test strips. Actually, that then brings up the question about the photometer.
We do not use a photometer.
No photometer.
We do sometimes use test strips.
Can you guys comment on the Bar Harbor LE hot tub? I can comment on anything, my brother. Okay?
Finish your test strip.
All right, so test strip. So this is how I remember it, because I'm not a chemist.
Right, and this is just if it's cloudy.
Right. If the water needs more attention, take your test strip out, which I barely use. And first thing you want to settle is the alkalinity. So A comes before P. So really the things you're looking at are the alkalinity and the pH. Those are the main things. The calcium a little bit too, as far as that water cloudy goes, because if that's not right, it won't clear. So you want to look at all that. But first is alkalinity and then your pH. And when those two are locked in place, then start the chlorination, chlorine, and get it up to the proper speed, and it'll clear. Run the filters a little extra, a couple days, and the water should clear right up. If it's super bad and the water's a year old, you need to change your water. All right. So just how I remember that is A comes before P. So when you're using the test strips, and everybody's going to forget this: A, alkalinity; P, pH; then chlorine. Then you go. Don't worry about the C being in the middle there. Just those two in place first. Then you can worry about the chlorine. Okay. So Kelsey, what's up? I saw Kelsey pop up.
So you want to answer that question about the Bar Harbor LE, or?
Yeah, I didn't see the question. It just said, "Can I comment on it?"
Comment on it.
Sure, I can.
Hopefully, we'll be. We did do a live a couple weeks ago while we were in Daytona. We looked at the Twilight 8.2.
Don't mind me.
A little bit, and hopefully, next year we will be able to do some more hot tub, maybe some more hot tub lives. If things allow us to do that, so that is something that is in the thought process. So keep watching, and hopefully we'll be able to do some more lives on specific hot tub models.
So Steve, if you want to pop your question on there, can you guys comment on the Bar Harbor LE hot tub? Yes.
It's great.
What would you? Yeah, it's awesome. It's from our getaway series. It's fantastic. You can hit that thing with a baseball bat for a month. You literally can't hurt it. All right. So if you want to ask a specific question, you can fire away. It's 220 volts, 2 pumps, awesome hot tub. It's not 7x7. It's a little bigger.
It's 87 inches by 87 inches.
She's good. She knows these numbers. All right. We know our products, and we actually, as you see, we actually use them. Okay. So that. I've got one. This is such a broad benefits of using a swim spa.
Well, I mean, I think that other than being able to swim in a swim spa, there's so many other really awesome things about having it. I mean, it's right now we're using it like a hot tub. We're just kind of relaxing in here and chatting with you guys. And a few weeks ago, we had my parents in here. They use this for fitness and exercise and rehab from some pain and arthritis, and it's great for that. It comes with a full exercise kit, so you can do all different kinds of water exercising. You can relax in here with the jets.
Actually, I'd like to comment on your parents' use. Mary's parents exercise in here all the time, and they're 80 years old.
Yeah.
They're 80 years old. You see them walk around, you never think that.
Right.
I mean, they walk around. They're not. They're not walking around 80. Yeah. They're walking around 60.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And even that, maybe not. I mean, they're total. The whole thing with exercise, as a general rule of thumb, is to maintain youth-like movement. I mean, everyone has goals when you're younger for performance, whether it's for performance, for your job, for your aesthetics. Everyone has those goals. Later on in our lives, our main focus is going to be longevity and health and well-being, and how we look is less important than function and making sure that the quality of life is awesome. So I for years have always said, the goal is to maintain youth, quote, youth-like movement, and they have.
Yeah, they do a good job.
I mean, you see them walk around, it's awesome.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
and one of the things that we talk about a lot with, we do a lot with the triathlon community with swim spas, and one of the things that we talk a lot about is you have, with a swim spa, you have the ability to train. You can train in here, you can recover in here,
Yeah.
and you can relax in here. And I really do think that those are the three main benefits. You know, we can expand on each one of those individually as we have throughout this year, but it really makes sense that those are the three big things that you can do in here. And in speaking with our athletes who really do use this, those are the three things that they really appreciate most. They are able to train in here. They have the opportunity to recover, to use the jets, to relax in the hot water, to hang out with their family.
I was going to say, I was actually surprised, in Daytona, we spent a lot of time with Ben and Kelsey. We talked to them probably the most. Rennie stayed at home, and Tim. Since we started having more interaction with them, we have much more interaction with our Ironman triathletes than we have, with Michael Phelps himself. Although we do have some with him as well.
Yeah.
But and I know that he does the same. I know that he does the same thing from previous discussions about it. I was a little surprised at how much all of our athletes are using it for family time.
Yeah.
Huge.
And
I don't. Tio said, I have to wrestle, to get the temperature from the high 90s so that he can train. And he's a pro. For those of you who don't know him, he's a pro triathlete, mega athlete, and so is his wife is Rennie.
Yeah.
They're like, royalty of triathlon. They really are. And he's like has to wrestle the temperature down, from the high 90s. I think Ben, if I'm, and he's gonna like text me if I'm wrong. I think he makes them keep it cooler more often. I think Ben might win a little bit on the temperature being cooler, and Tio does not. So I think that's the way it works. But it's funny. It's all family time.
And I really do think that, most of our customers are, company-wide. Yes, they're using it to swim, but I think that something that they've come to realize is that it is really fun. And you can throw a float in here, you can,
sure,
play games with your family, and it's really a really great time to spend with your family in the swim spa and enjoy one another. And I do think that that's true.
Let me paint a picture for you. So take Sarah.
Yeah.
So the customer we referenced before, Sarah, she's, again, totally awesome, and she has no idea how amazing this is about to be. So she's in the Northeast. We're about to get hammered with snow. Her swim spa's full, and it's heating. So there's going to be tons of snow on the ground. They're going to open up that cover, turn the lights on. If you haven't seen the lights on these things, I mean, I can't really turn the camera because we set where it is. You can see them. A Trainer 19 lights looks like a runway.
Yeah.
It looks like a landing strip on a runway. There's so many lights, and the water fountains coming in. It is epic. So the first time they go out there, nighttime, snow on the ground, 20 degrees, they're getting in. So if you talk about, I'm not going to use it that much. I'd rather have a pool. I'm not going to use it that much. They're going in the dead of winter, swimming, lights, warm water, fountains. They are going to have sensory overload.
Yeah.
The kids are going to lose their minds. So really special, and that's the whole thing. Is just how much you can use them in real life is the best part.
Yeah.
So for me, that's the best part. And then we will be. So we're already talking about it now. As I switch out from a hot tub to a swim spa at my house, all that's going to be documented on the live from how I'm doing the install. We're going to document the whole thing, so that should be a lot of fun.
That is cool.
And I told you we're changing. We're going to put it in the middle, right?
No.
Yeah, it's going to be more involved.
Cool. I can't wait to see it.
Like every project we do, it becomes way
Yes.
more involved than it's supposed to. So, but hey, it's awesome. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah.
So it'll be fun to watch all that. I think. I hope. All right, that's it for that one.
Yeah, so those were we just kind of hit on some of our best of 2020, and we do have some questions that we got ahead of time. And if you have any now, you can hit them.
I just kind of got stuck there.
Oh, minor.
Let me see. Excuse my face right there.
Oh, so speaking of being cold, Susie in Minnesota, where I'm sure it's very cold, asks, what is the best cover for a Challenger 19D, which we were just talking about, in cold weather, which is the easiest to operate. So the cover, the standard cover that comes with the swim spas, that's included with the swim spas, is the most efficient. It has the best R value for insulating the swim spa. It is considered a snow load cover. It's a locking safety cover. And what we recommend for our customers is to get cover lifters, and that makes it easier to get the cover on and off. And I personally, I'm very short, and I'm a small person.
No, you're very short. I'm short, you're very short.
But I would say that is actually easier to maneuver than the roll cover. The roll cover I wouldn't be able to do by myself, even.
I think you would inside. You have to get in.
Right,
you have to get inside the roll cover.
I just think that eventually it would get too tall to get like the proper roll.
You're strong. I think you can do it. I think you can do it.
So I still would say that the easiest to operate is the standard cover with the cover lifters.
Yep.
And that is the most efficient for the cold weather.
Right. I will be using the cover lifters and covers in mine. So unless I get overridden. So, okay. Actually, Steve's question: what are your thoughts on the shell? I'm hearing some folks don't like the shell. Okay, so you have two kinds of shells in the hot tub, Steve. You have rotation mold, which is that, or you have kind of normal
acrylic.
What you see acrylic here. So the acrylic is fiberglass back. The other one is plastic all the way through.
It's really just a preference.
It is, but it's really there's no reason
right
for liking either one. The life expectancy is the same. The maintenance is the same. There's no difference. That one they tend to be less expensive because it requires less human hands on it to make. Simple as that. It's awesome.
And it's not shiny like some people say that the
it's
acrylic is fancier,
purely aesthetic
yeah.
difference. So I will tell you this. People always come in and they have rental properties. We get a lot of Airbnbs, and anyone watching this will be like, oh yeah, I could imagine. They talk to a lot of people with Airbnbs, rental houses like that. We tell them to put in roto-mold all the time. So you could take a baseball bat to that thing and you can't hurt it. I mean, you could drop it out of a truck. They bounce. I mean, they're amazing. So it just depends on the goal. I can tell you this, I have no problem with that shell personally. Think they're great, and I love one of my favorite hot tubs. We make a lot of different hot tubs. I love an Ocho Rios CS.
Yeah.
I think it's the coolest little hot tub. It's like the biggest little hot tub, if that makes any sense.
But it is similar to the Bar Harbor.
Same material.
Yeah.
It's one of my favorite hot tubs. I love that hot tub. So, with us, at one time, I think we were making 55 different hot tubs. So, we can't have, there's no reason to have 5 hot tubs. We have a hot tub at the house. Mary lives in a condo. She can't put one there. And then we have a swim spa. Kevin wants her,
I wish I could.
He wants Mary in a 240 so bad. So I think he's starting not to like me because he wants you in a 240 so bad. So, and then of course at our warehouse here where we train, we have the swim spa. So, but it's a great tub. You can't go wrong with it.
Yeah.
Literally. All right. If you want to put the swim spa in a concrete vault, how difficult is it to service? What are the major do's and don'ts of using a vault? Jackie in Texas. All right, good question. That's a question. This
is a good question for Ben.
Okay, so when you do the vault, you need to put 2 or 3 feet larger than the footprint of the hot tub or swim spa in every direction. So if the swim spa is 8 by 15, which is the one we're sitting in,
this is when you
sink it into a vault. It needs to be 12 feet wide and 19 feet minimum. 2 feet in there. It should be 3 feet in there. 2.5 is good, but 2 to 3 feet. Okay, minimum. So you're going to dig down. You're gonna put a retaining wall. You cement in, put the slab in the bottom, and then swim spa goes in, and then you deck over to the top. If that vault fills with rainwater, you will wreck your goodies. Okay, I always say you will submarine all your mechanicals, and that's bad. Okay, and it's not our fault.
Right.
Okay, so we have a lovely gentleman who did probably one of the most gorgeous installs I have ever seen. Literally just gorgeous in Guam. Okay, if he's watching, he'll be like, "Hey, that's me." So there's only 2 master spa swim spas in Guam that I am currently aware of. So it's very far away. Look on a map, and it's further than you think it is. So and when he started talking, I helped him plan this, and I somehow get all the weird stuff, and right, weird stuff only happens to me. Well,
but
no.
you take care of weird stuff very well.
So, and he wants to do it in a vault, and he's a contractor. I'm not worried about it. And I said, just so you know, if it fills with rainwater, it's on you. Okay. So that's our concern. We don't want any of your stuff to get damaged with rainwater. So 9 months later, it wasn't long, and it's the only time that I've actually seen this happen. If something goes bad with a vault, it's bad. Okay. So flash flood comes, fills. And he's got drains. We need to talk about the drains after. I'll back up and talk about the drains in the vault. Lots of drains. He did a beautiful job. Curtain drain, main drain, all kinds of drainage. It wasn't fast enough for the rate in which the water was coming in. He has a Michael Phelps signature. It wrecked everything. So now he's in Guam. His scenario is a little bit trickier than most people. Most people have a dealer right there. We don't have a service center in Guam. All right, so customer service did an amazing job. Our customer service, these guys are awesome. They're FaceTiming him, showing him how to make the repairs, sending him the parts. That is service. Mm-hmm. He's on an island in the middle of nowhere, and they're really busting their butts to get him back in line and back online. And it was an unfortunate situation. He did everything right, and yet it still had a problem. Most of the time, the drains cover everything, and you're good to go. So that's the whole thing with the vault is the drainage needs to be epically capable of draining that thing like that. Okay, so that's it. So you just need to have amazing drainage. Service-wise, it's not a problem because the skirt comes off. We can get in there. We can handle anything. But the drainage in the vault needs to be awesome. Now, I will say this: those installs are gorgeous.
Oh yeah.
And I don't like a flush mount. I like about 2 feet of the swim spa sticking up so that you can sit your butt down, on this. Mm-hmm. You can sit your butt down and then spin in, and it works really well. So I actually don't like the flush mount. I find it much better to use to have that 2 feet up. Works great. Okay?
Yeah. I have a question from Rose in Pennsylvania. I have a small yard. How large of an area is needed? Rose, it really depends on what size swim spa you're looking at. We've got swim spas we've got a small TheraPool, which isn't really made for swimming, but it is considered a swim spa because it's larger than a hot tub. So that's our TheraPool. It's 11 by 8, and then our Trainer 12 is 12 by 8. And then they can go all the way up to 19 by 8. So for our purposes, you're going to need at least the size of the swim spa. That's what the foundation would need to be. And then if you wanted to have room for the steps or something like that, you need probably an additional 4 feet or so. So it really depends on which swim spa you're looking at, but they are manageable in a small yard. That's something that's that works really well for a small yard. So I hope that answers your question.
Okay. Question from Eileen in PA. I think I know you, Eileen. I have a guess.
We probably do.
I have a guess which Eileen is this. She's lovely. What does the kind of flooring matter when installing a swim spa indoors? Is there an ideal flooring type? I would say anything that's just solid and not is impervious. You don't want water to seep through it, so cement would be fine. Obviously, tile would be fine. Like you would treat it like you would a bathroom. So you just want to have that. I wouldn't put carpet in there. Carpet would be the least
Right.
desirable. But there's nothing in particular that works, amazing.
What would you use if you put a swim stand inside?
I'd probably do cement with some kind of a cement and a sealer like we have on our floor here.
Yeah.
So I guess that I only because I'd be afraid tile would be slippery.
Slippery, yeah.
We have rubber mats on the outside of this. I'd probably use some kind of a cement, like a pool deck, where they stamp it or stamp concrete or something like that.
Yeah, that could look nice.
Something cool looking,
Yeah.
and then I like shiny, so mine would have a sealer on it like this thick. It would look like an ice rink. It'd still be slippery because I'm an idiot, but I like it to be shiny. So, but nothing in particular. Just make not carpet. Okay, and wood. No wood, no carpet.
Oh, really? If you want to just talk about that really quickly, we did kind of mention it before.
Just got our trainer 15 deep. I've been swimming every day. Awesome. And this is from Kelly in Indiana. Do you use a spa water test kit? Photometer?
Yeah.
Photometer? If so, which brand? Obviously, since I could barely say the word,
We do not
without
use a
practicing, I
photometer.
don't. You really don't need that. That is overkill. I'm wondering if you're some sort of a scientist. If it makes you happy, then you can do anything you want.
We actually looked it up online.
Yeah, we looked it up. It is actually unnecessary. So you don't need it, but if that's the sort of thing that floats your boat, knock yourself out.
We mentioned
unnecessary.
earlier, sometimes we do use the test strips. You can just get, we don't have a brand that we recommend.
Any regular old test strips. And even those I don't use very often at
Yeah.
all. When the water's clean and clear, you know you're good. Hit it with a little chlorine, you'll be done. So I how many times this year do you think I've used? I bet you I used
2
a
times.
test strip, maybe. Well, but
Maybe
the
3.
live we tested.
Yeah,
it.
yeah.
But outside of that live video we did using them, maybe twice in the entire year, literally. All right, and I never used it at my house once, so I don't even have it. All right. So, go ahead.
Sure. I have a question
We
from
went long.
April in Texas. How many people can swim in a trainer 19 deep at one time? And how many people can work out? So one person can swim at a time in any of our sizes. That's really all, it's really made for just one person swimming. And I would say if you coordinate well, then 2 people could comfortably do any of the exercises with the equipment in here. We mentioned my parents before, and you could actually see the video of them a few weeks back. They just coordinate their whatever workout that they do, and they kind of rotate through the swim spot, and they're comfortable without, they don't bang into each other, they don't hit each other. Yeah, but they just kind of coordinate what they're doing so that one of them is on one side and the other's on the other, and they have plenty of room to do pretty much any of the exercises while they're both in the swim spot.
All right. Last one. We have a trainer 15 deep. What is the best direction to position the top and bottom swim jets for swimming? Bradley in Ohio. I'm not sure I fully understand. They only come this way. You can point them up and down a little bit. I tend to point them down. They have a little bit of flex in there. I point them down as much as they'll go as a general rule of thumb. But I'm wondering if by writing this you meant the diverter valves. So that I'm not sure about the question. If you're having a concern, reach out to customer service or send us a message and we can help. So I'm a little unclear on the question because they're really only come out one way. There is a little bit of free play in there. I point them, there's a little wiggle room, like literally that much on those jets. I point them down all the way, centered down, and that's it.
Yeah.
So I don't really understand. Send us another message
If that didn't
if
answer
it
your
didn't
question.
answer your question, and we'll help you out.
Yeah.
Should I scroll through and look for any questions
Yeah,
real quick?
we're a little long today, but it is a
It's the
recap
last-
of
it's
the
the
best
last
of
one of the year.
2020. Yeah, just so this is our last Facebook Live for 2020. Our next will be Thursday, January 6th. I believe that's right. It's the first Thursday of 2021, so we will see you then. But we're going to see if we've got any questions that we didn't hit really quickly, and if we didn't answer your question, we will go back like we always do and look through and answer or comment.
My water keeps going cloudy. What am I doing wrong? Could be a couple things. You want to just start with the test strips, get the alkalinity straight, then the pH, then get your calcium. Then I'd do the calcium just in case.
Yeah.
Do the calcium, then hit your chlorine, and you'll straighten that out. That's the order. Okay, so try that, Lindsay. Not sure what's going on. There's a couple things that could cause that. Golden rule can always cause that. Okay, so there's got some other questions in there. We might be better off hitting these afterwards. So someone asked if they could watch us get out. We can't really. The camera is set up, so we can't really do that. Can't show the exercise kit because of where we have the top and the camera.
There are lots of videos though where we go through all of the equipment.
That's Donna in Oregon. I was confused that one. Shut up. Concerned about using the steps. I mean, the steps are 2.5 feet below the edge, so you'd be holding on to that. You'd be fine without the handrail. Not a problem we ever really run into. How do you get debris on the bottom of the filled spa? They make a suction vacuum that works. It literally is a long pole, and then you pull it, and it
I
just
recently
vacuums.
just looked up. You can probably get it from your local dealer, but I recently just looked up that one of them on Amazon. They do sell it on Amazon also.
Yeah.
It's called Spa Vac.
Loved Mary's parents' live video. Very informative for my level. Yeah, Donna. Yeah, they're awesome. Let's see.
I will tell them that they'll love to hear it.
Sean Kearns. Water care. What do we got? I have the Challenger, and the cover is unmanageable. I need more information. I don't know which cover you're talking about. Is it the cover lifters? You can try a shelf. Is it the roll cover? The roll cover is a handful. It can be heavy when you roll it up. We need a little bit more information on that. You can see if we
With
can
the
help you out.
with the steps or platform in the right place,
Right.
the cover lifters work really well, I think.
Oh, someone asked which cover they're using. There, you got that. Here we go. This is exactly what we were talking about. Greg Murdoch. We got ours for swimming, but it has turned into the extended family party house.
That's
yes.
awesome. Yeah.
Yes. That's
I
a good thing.
And it is a good thing, and I
It's
really
totally a
do
good
think
thing.
that people don't realize when they first
How fun it's
get
gonna
it,
be.
how fun it is going to be, and how much of a family time place it is. It really will become a place where you have fun with your family.
Let's see. Delaney, the Cubana electric cover is amazing. 30 seconds to go and up. A bit pricey, although they're really worth it. They are pricey, but the push
They are
button.
really cool.
Yeah, that's a lot of pizzazz there. All right, what do we got? My mama. Let's see. Short is an understatement, but strong. I think he was talking
Who
about
said that?
Mike Wright did.
Oh, okay.
So it's okay.
It's okay that Mike Wright said it.
Right. Thank you for answering. You're welcome. Wow. We got a lot of
We're like closing in on an
reduce the
hour.
amount of water, Stuart. Good. Just keep that water out of that out of that vault, and you're in good shape. I think we're good here. Sitting on the sides would damage it. Oh, thanks. I wasn't sure if sitting on the sides would damage it.
Oh, not at all.
No.
Not at all.
These things are built. This is American muscle. You're not
Sit
gonna,
on the edge all you want.
Yep. Hey, Sean, Bucky, he's on it. We got everybody. We got Julie, we got Mike, Sean. Let's see. Go easy, I'm a newbie. You're good, you're all good. Let's see, we got a lot on here.
There's a lot of comments.
Jimmy, I can't see the rest of that. I'll answer that afterwards when I can hit the rest of that question. He's in Southington, just got a 7.2. Awesome.
Oh, awesome.
My question, up or down? I'm gonna have to look. I'll go back. Okay. Anyway, so we're gonna hop off because I can't even tell how many more there are. The there could be another 50 on there. So we went
We
long
went way
today.
over time.
Merry Christmas, Happy
Yes.
Holidays, Happy New Year. We will be back on the 6th.
Yes. Pretty sure it's the 6th.
Is it? I think so. I think it's the 6th.
Yeah, pretty sure it's January 6th.
I think it's 3 Wednesdays,
Yes.
right? Because 2 falls on like
2 falls on the
weird
30th.
time, and we've got a bunch of people, off on the holidays. So the question, really, the main question is going to be, am I going to still have the beard? That'll be the main question. So.
But we'll see everyone then, and we hope you all have a really great holiday season.
Yep. Everybody's ready for the holidays. Everybody's ready for the new year. Let's get this behind us.
And thank you for watching us.
Yep.
And if you think of it, go over to our Instagram page at Master Spas and give us a like.
Give us a like. We appreciate it. Again, thanks for coming along for this ride with us.
Yeah.
We're certainly having fun, and we hope we're helping you. All right. We'll talk to everybody soon. Be good.